Now live, this is NBC5, the Texas News Channel.
Internet companies and the federal government are on alert today after computer criminals attack more websites.
And it's Dennis Day in Dallas. The bad boy of basketball makes his debut in Dallas tonight.
And if you're watching us up in Hebron, it's going to be partly cloudy, windy and warm. Your high temperature, 79 degrees.
Good morning, Hebron and all of North Texas on this Wednesday, February 9th. I'm Shelley Lockhart.
And I'm Michael Scott. Also some positive primary results for Governor Bush. But first at 6, the FBI is looking into 2 straight days of attacks on popular websites. Computer vandals assaulted the websites of eBay, Amazon.com, Buy.com, and CNN yesterday, choking them with floods of false data. In the case of eBay, more than 10 million customers were denied access to their website. The same type of assault shut down Yahoo on Monday. This morning, the FBI is on the case. If it finds sufficient evidence, the case will go to the U.S. Attorney's new high-tech crime unit.
The evidence of somebody causing damage by use of the internet, and we get the information and we have sufficient evidence to ask a magistrate for an arrest warrant, then we will arrest and we will prosecute.
Government officials say they are not taking the online attacks lightly, and neither should any internet companies. All of the websites, we're glad to say, are back to normal. Our website is not reporting any problems this morning, knock on wood. You can log on at NBC5DFW.com. For more information on this story, you can click on our News Links section.
Time right now, 6:01. Investigators are still trying to determine what caused an apartment fire in Irving overnight. The blaze at the La Costa Apartments on Coletta forced 50 people out of their homes about midnight. No one was injured, but 4 apartments were destroyed. Most of the residents have been allowed back into their units. This morning, Governor George W. Bush is riding high on a new primary win and some favorable words from a powerful congressman. U.S. Senate Majority Leader Trent Lott says Bush is the best man to be president. He says Mr. Bush has character, integrity, and leadership, but Lott says his remarks should not be seen as an endorsement of the GOP frontrunner. Governor Bush has another primary win under his belt this morning. As we said, he won Delaware's voters yesterday, taking 51% of the vote. Arizona Senator John McCain, who did not campaign in Delaware, finished second with 25%. Publisher Steve Forbes came in third with 20%. Today, sources say Forbes may resign from the race tomorrow. The next primary is February 19th in South Carolina.
It's coming up on 6:03. Texas Democrats will get a visit from President Clinton later today. He's here to raise money for upcoming elections. Mr. Clinton will arrive at Love Field this afternoon. He'll then attend a Democratic National Committee dinner at the home of Dallas lawyer Fred Barron. The DNC expects to raise nearly $500,000 for campaigns across the country. Well, he's not the president, but Dennis Rodman is certainly the talk across Texas this morning. The Dallas native returns to pro basketball tonight at Reunion Arena. As NBC5's Terry Briggs reports, he's practicing with the team and making some very familiar comments.
It was a positive sign. Dennis Rodman arriving nearly a half an hour early for his first practice with his new team.
Wanted him to feel comfortable running up and down, and wanted him to feel comfortable in the half court. And that's what we did today. It was a very good practice. Everybody participated with Dennis, and we're going to take it slow.
Get these socks, Joe. Well, the going was real slow after practice as Dennis walked and talked his way through a maze of microphones, cameras, and reporters, wondering, among other things, how much he will play in his Dallas debut on Wednesday.
30 minutes, yeah. 30 minutes tomorrow.
You're in shape good enough to play 30?
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely, brother. I'll be there.
Basketball-wise, this is the first time he's been on the floor in a year, so that's going to take a little while, but he definitely can make a contribution tomorrow.
We'll soon find out what kind of impact Rodman will have on the court, but if there's any question about the effect he's having on his new team and its city, all you have to do is ask. How many tickets you got left for Wednesday night?
There's about 1,000 tickets left.
You expect a sellout?
Definitely.
Definitely a sellout. For a regular season game on a Wednesday night in February.
How many tickets did you need?
4.
We've been playing very well, but I don't think in that of itself is enough to create excitement. But along with somebody like Dennis Rodman joining our team, I think the excitement's going to be back this year.
No matter what city I go to, I go out there, have a good time, I work hard, I get the people what they want.
Even if the NBA won't let him wear the number he wants.
I wanted 69, but they won't give it to me, you know. So it's like, I'm a 69, they won't give it to me. So, you know, the only way to stick it up there is to take 70.
Welcome to Dennis, Dallas. Terry Briggs, NBC5, Reunion Arena.
So look for more on Dennis Rodman's Dallas Mavs debut right here on NBC5. We'll have live coverage at 4, 5, 6, and 10 p.m. and maybe we'll even do a special. Gosh.
There'd be a lot of bleeps in that special.
I bet there
will. 6:05 now. Let's head over to the Weather Center for weather on the 5s.
Can't wait to see what color his hair is going to be tonight, too. That'll be exciting. Well, we are looking at some pretty nice weather coming up for us today. It's going to be windy, but it's also going to be warm. You're looking live at downtown Dallas. Skies are partly cloudy this morning. And in Fort Worth, it's partly cloudy and 50 degrees with a south wind at 8 miles per hour. Humidity at 58%, pressure 30.14 inches. And at Dallas Love Field, it's 53 degrees, the relative humidity 55% with a south wind at 10 miles per hour. Pressure 30.16 inches. These were the high temperatures yesterday afternoon. 70 degrees at Alliance, 70 at the Joint Reserve Base, 72 in Mineral Wells, officially 69 at DFW Airport, 67 in McKinney, Terrell, and 69 in Corsicana. Currently, those readings have dropped down to the mid-40s and low 50s, so it's already starting off on the warm side this morning, and it's going to be a very warm and very windy afternoon for us. Look for that south wind to increase to 30 miles per hour at times today. Very windy conditions today, very windy conditions again tomorrow, and then by Friday another cold front approaches from the north with some cooler weather just in time for the weekend. For the rest of the day today, high of 79, 80 on Thursday, then down to 66 Friday, 56 though on Saturday. More details at 6:15. Back to you guys.
All right, we'll talk to you. It is coming up on 6:07, time for the NBC5 Traffic Watch.
In Carrollton, as you head north on I-35, the right lane is going to be closed from Trinity Mills to Frankfort from 7 this morning until 3 o'clock for construction. There will be backups there, although there aren't any right now.
All right. Well, now it's 6:07 and a bit of Hollywood in Dallas this week.
Coming up, a permanent tribute to some homegrown entertainers.
Also ahead, how the second leading cancer killer touched home in our own NBC family.
But first, you can sample a rich part of America's heritage at Fair Park. We'll take you there live next.
You're watching NBC5 Today.
It's coming up on 6:10. Each Wednesday of this month, NBC5 Today is helping to celebrate Black History Month.
Today, we take you to the African American Museum in Fair Park. That's where we find NBC5's Carmen Dexter this morning with more on what the museum has to offer. Carmen.
Well, guys, right now I am in front of an exhibit from a New York artist, and he has taken some inner tubes and sewn them together. And this is what I'm talking about when I say that they have abstract art here as well as more traditional art. Let's take a look at this piece over here from a Texas artist entitled Blue King. Again, this is something in the abstract. This is the only museum in the southwestern United States that preserves and displays African American art as well as the cultural materials and historical materials. And if you come right now, you can catch a couple of unique exhibits. It's a spacious building built around a dome and a center staircase. The African American Museum was established in 1974. It moved to its Fair Park location in Dallas in '93.
The purpose of the museum is to fill a void in American culture in this region.
On display until June 14th, an exhibit on the life of actor and singer Paul Robeson, the first African American to graduate from Rutgers University.
He is a role model that is to be looked up to. He is a Renaissance man. He has all of the qualities that the African American male aspires to.
The exhibit is filled with pictures from Robeson's various stage and movie roles, as well as memorabilia from his career. Also on display now, artwork by the winners of the only national black art competition.
Most of the artists in this room are college professors of studio art, or they are well-known artists practicing in the United States.
The competition is held every 2 years. There were more than 300 entries, but only 37 artists chosen. Besides being included in the display at the Dallas African American Museum, the artists also receive a cash award. More than 300,000 visitors have come through the museum in the last couple of years, with many more expected. It also has one of the largest African-American folk art collections in the country. Reporting live, Carmen Dexter, NBC5 at Fair Park in Dallas.
Thank you, Carmen. Time right now, 6:12. You can't blame the weather for keeping you indoors.
Our very un-February-like conditions continue. Rebecca's forecast next.
You're watching NBC5 Today.
It could happen to your child.
To your husband.
To your mother. Cancer.
I can fight it.
American men have a 1 in 2 risk.
Over 11,000 Texas women.
It could happen to you. Cancer.
I will survive.
I will win.
I'm NBC5 Health Watch reporter Angela Kane. Join me for stories of hope, inspiration, new treatments, and prevention.
1 in 3 people fight it, but 8 million people beat it.
Cancer, Taking Action, a month-long special report today on First at 4 on NBC5.
It's 6:15, our top story this Wednesday. The FBI is investigating the recent wave of attacks on internet websites. eBay, Amazon.com, Buy.com, and CNN were forced to shut down after being attacked by hackers yesterday. They're all back in service this morning.
And it's 6:15 and no problem with the weather computers?
Not yet. No one's hacked into them just yet. Of course, Scott hadn't come into work just yet either. Just kidding.
Scott gets blamed for everything.
That's right, because it's so easy. I know. We know he's usually up at this time of the morning watching, so that's why we try to nail him.
He's always
exactly. He is up. Yeah, he's doing weather for KXAS Radio right now. Well, we are looking at some decent weather coming up for us today. The wind is going to be increasing, and we are under wind advisories. That wind will be anywhere between 20 and 30 miles per hour today, and it will be out of the south. So again, wind advisories in effect for us all day today and into tonight as well. We've dropped 1 degree now at DFW Airport. It's 49. The humidity 56% with a south wind at 13 miles per hour. Pressure 30.14 inches and rising. Normally we should be starting at 35 and warming to a high of 57. So already we are in the upper 40s and low 50s, well above normal for this time of the year. And you can bet by afternoon we're going to be well above normal as well. Not quite a record high. That was 87 degrees set back in 1960. The record low 11 in 1933. Record rainfall 1.70 inches back in 1966. Well, yesterday morning, you might remember temperatures were actually down in the 30s across Denton and Collin counties. They are now in the 40s right now. That south wind making a difference. 44 in McKinney, 44 degrees now in Denton, 50 degrees at Alliance, 54 in Addison, 48 right now in Arlington. 45 in Terrell, 45 in Corsicana, and 45 in Mineral Wells. 55, though, in Abilene, 55 as well in San Angelo. Junction still pretty cool there at 36 degrees. It's also in the low 30s in East Texas, 34 in Nacogdoches with low clouds. Low clouds in Lufkin, they are at 36 degrees. And College Station, clear and 43. We've got a big storm system moving into the southwestern part of the nation that's already spreading clouds across North Texas this morning. There are a few sprinkles that are showing up on the radar right now out near Midland, Odessa, but these are really evaporating before hitting the ground. This snow showing up in New Mexico is falling across some of the mountainous areas, and they're finally getting some rain out there in northern Arizona. They've been looking at a drought in Arizona like we have seen across Texas as well. A little more severe for them, believe it or not. Again, readings are generally in the 30s and 40s in East Texas. Central and South Texas, we're in the 50s, and the Panhandle has now dropped down to the 40s. It is 46 degrees up in Amarillo, 46 degrees as well in Dalhart, 37, the cool spot out there in the Big Bend region there at Fort Stockton. Windy and warm today with a south wind anywhere from 20 to 30 miles per hour. We'll stay with a south wind during the day on Thursday, but by Friday, another cold front will approach from the north, and that's going to start to cool us down Friday afternoon. It will cool us down even more during the day on Saturday. Across the nation, you can see one storm system spinning off the coast of the Carolinas there. Some scattered showers along the coast of North Carolina this morning. You can see another storm system bringing some snow to parts of western New York State, but it's a storm system that's coming in from the southwest. You can see the spin there. The upper level wind showing a little low pressure system moving across the Four Corner region. That's the one that's bringing us all the clouds. And there's a cold front coming through the Pacific Northwest, bringing them some scattered showers as well. I don't think this cold front moving through Washington and Oregon will reach us. So again, no rain for us. But the cold front coming down from Canada, with that cold weather behind it, is going to be nosediving toward North Texas. And again, I think by Friday, we'll start to see that cold front move on through here. Now, the bulk of the really cold air is going to stay away from us, but we're going to cool down as we head into Saturday afternoon. For today, no cool down at all. Mostly sunny, a few clouds, especially off to the west. It's going to be windy and warm with a high of 79 and a south wind at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Again, wind advisories are in effect for us. Tonight we will drop to 58 degrees. We're going to make it up to 80 on Thursday, 66 degrees on Friday with mostly cloudy skies. Even cooler on Saturday at 56, and on Sunday, partly cloudy skies, 60 degrees. Overnight lows in the 50s Thursday and Friday morning, back down to the 30s Saturday and Sunday morning. And for more information at any time, all you have to do is log on to our website. The address is nbc5dfw.com, and if you don't have computer access, Metro 214-787-1NBC. Scott's sitting by waiting for your call now.
All right, thanks a lot.
Mick.
You're welcome.
It's coming up on 620, a star-studded week in Dallas.
Coming up, see what favorite sons and daughter are being added to a local Walk of Fame.
That story is right after our next check on your Wednesday ride to work.
You're watching NBC5 Today. Bills piling up, putting a cramp in your credit? NBC5 has simple ways to make you debt-free. Take a credit quiz and see how you can improve your credit, plus tips to maximize your savings. Get out of debt week this week on NBC5 First at 4.
It's 6:22, time for the NBC5 Traffic Watch.
In Arlington, northbound Highway 360 at Division, a stalled car in the left lane. Traffic is moving slow past Pioneer Parkway. In Dallas, westbound I-30 at I-45, a minor accident has one lane closed. It's going to back you up into the Mixmaster. 3 nationally known Texas artists are now part of a local Walk of Fame. R&B singer Erykah Badu is the graduate of Booker T. Washington School for the Performing Arts in Dallas. Now she and fellow classmate trumpeter Roy Hargrove have their handprints on a permanent display outside the Lakewood Theater. You can also see the prints of painter Chris Arnold.
You'll soon see Rosie O'Donnell on Must-See TV. The actress and talk show host will guest star in an upcoming episode of the NBC drama Third Watch. She'll play a paramedic who saves, she won't be wearing anything like this though, who saves a gunshot victim. O'Donnell is known for being outspoken about gun control.
Get ready for the return of Rodman. What will his hair do? We'll talk about that when we come back.
Plus, the bargains are beginning for travelers. But first, a look at tonight's Must-See TV.
You're watching NBC5 Today. She's sultry, smart, sexy. She's a Dallas native, Angie Harmon, and she stars on Law & Order. But when the camera's off, what's she really like? Shane McGarry goes one-on-one with Angie Harmon. Tonight at 10 on NBC5.
Welcome back. It is 6:26. If you pick up your newspaper today, turn to the Today section. A whole page full of Dennis Rodman hair possibilities. And of course, as you know, Mr. Rodman makes his debut in Dallas as a Maverick tonight.
These are funny.
So
there's some good ideas there.
This is the one you liked here.
Yes, this was the one, the mood ring.
Can we get that? Yeah, the mood ring.
Right there, because, you know, Dennis's moods change as often as his hair does.
And of course, money's important, but this is the winner. We got to go up and get this winner here, right here.
What was this one
called?
called?
It is Head Case. And it's Dennis with his eyes bulging out, and those are Prozacs in his hair.
What are they trying to say there?
I don't know. Gosh.
But Michael also liked this one, the artist formerly known as Dennis.
Can we get that?
Can we get that one?
Yeah.
These are good. These are good entries.
Prince. Yeah, these are
And that's
very
Marge
talented.
Simpson right next to him. Okay.
Now I like the Texas one. I think that's a real easy one to do.
Texas flag.
Because you have to pick something for him to do for real that's not going to be hard, you know, to dye your hair.
Yeah, so he could actually
do that one. I think that's kind of cool.
Well, we will see
all of these are
tonight.
Fun. They're all fun.
Kind of a bus stop picture substitute today, right?
There you go. Let's take a quick look at the forecast here, see what's going to happen for us today. Right now, we're going to check in with one of our WeatherNet sites. This is Episcopal School of Dallas. Temperature of 51 and a light wind Out of the east to southeast right now, under 5 miles per hour, but that's going to change today. South wind up to 30 miles per hour. Wind advisories are in effect. High of 79 today, 80 on Thursday, then back to the 50s and 60s as we head toward the weekend. Guess we'll find out tonight what it looks like.
Thank you, Becky.
All right, thanks, Becky.
Time now to head to the Today Show and check in with Matt Lauer to see what's coming up on today. Good morning, Matt.
Hey, Shelley and Michael, nice to see you both. And coming up on today, .com's under attack. Some of the biggest names in e-business are the victims of sabotage. We'll find out what that means for you. Then George W. Bush, fresh from his win in the Delaware GOP primary. Your Texas governor is now in South Carolina, where he'll join us live to talk about his gloves-off fight with Senator John McCain. Then we'll hear from Leonardo DiCaprio, the actor who touched off some kind of mania when he starred in Titanic. He's about to come out with a new movie called The Beach, and recently he sat down with our special correspondent, Sarah Ferguson. In Missouri, some legislators are trying to rename a stretch of highway after civil rights pioneer Rosa Parks. Usually that wouldn't draw national attention, but the Ku Klux Klan has already adopted that very same piece of road. We'll take a look at the controversy. We'll have advice for parents whose teenagers are about to get a driver's license, and we'll talk to an expert about how to encourage your daughters to play sports. It's coming up in a few minutes right here on Today. Michael and Shelley, back to you.
Matt, you may want to hear Shelley's Leonardo theory.
I was wondering if maybe he didn't really drown in Titanic, he just swam to the beach. So could we ask him if that happened?
Okay, that and other conspiracy theories coming up here on the Today Show at 7 o'clock. That's a good one, Shelley. I like that.
Thanks, Matt.
You're taking these movies a little too seriously, though.
They aren't real.
For the X-Files.
Goodbye.
Bye.
The time is 6:29. We're going to take you back live to Fair Park for a view of a unique Dallas museum coming up.
Plus, how early detection saved a local woman from the nation's second largest cancer killer. Our next half hour of NBC5 Today, seconds away.
Now live, this is NBC5, the Texas News Channel.
Are you ready, Dallas? Dennis Rodman worms into his Mavs debut tonight.
And Flyers beware, the bargains are about to start.
If you're watching us in Garrett, down in Ellis County, partly cloudy, windy, and you'll make it up to 81 degrees by afternoon.
Good morning, Garrett, and all of North Texas on this Wednesday, February 9th. I'm Michael Scott.
And I'm Shelley Lockhart. Also the latest on websites attacked by computer criminals. But we start this morning with Dennis Rodman. Tonight, the worm tries to wiggle his way into the hearts of fans in his hometown of Dallas. Complete with yellow hair, Rodman practiced with his new team, the Dallas Mavericks, yesterday. He showed up a half an hour early. Then Dennis was forced to deal with a crowd of reporters as he made his way to his limo. He'll don the number 70 for the Mavs tonight. Since it's been a while since Rodman has been on an NBA court, we thought we'd run these stats by you. Dennis Rodman is best known for 11,783 rebounds, which rank 17th in NBA history. He led the NBA in rebounds in 7 seasons. Tonight's game is the 900th of his career. He's played for the Detroit Pistons, San Antonio Spurs, LA Lakers, and the Chicago Bulls. The number of hair colors, piercing, and tattoos, well, we couldn't get statistics on that, and I think that would just be ever-changing anyway. What we know for sure is that the NBC5 sports team will be all over Dennis Rodman's Dallas debut. We'll have live coverage at 4, 5, 6, and at 10. One more note about tonight's game. If you're trying to see it in person, you're probably out of luck. Ticket sellers at Reunion Arena are expecting tonight's game to be a sellout. When we checked last night, less than 1,000 tickets remained. The Mavs take on Seattle tonight at 7:30. They've won 10 of their last 13 games.
And after all that, just in case you wanted to know, President Clinton will be in Dallas today dining. Mr. Clinton will attend a fundraiser dinner with Texas Democrats sponsored by the Democratic National Committee. Clinton will arrive at Love Field this afternoon. The dinner is expected to raise $500,000 for campaigns across the country. Texas Governor George W. Bush is savoring another primary win this morning. He won Delaware's voters yesterday, taking 51% of the vote. Arizona Senator John McCain, who did not campaign in Delaware, finished second with 25%. Publisher Steve Forbes is third with 20%. The next primary is February 19th in South Carolina.
The time is 6:32. A follow-up now on a story we brought you yesterday. Police are still searching for the men who shot a Dallas store manager in the head and then took off. Police say Miguel Espinoza was leaving the Sam's Club warehouse in East Dallas on Monday night when 2 gunmen ordered him to get out of his car and they demanded money. When they didn't get any cash, they shot Espinoza in the head and sped off. Espinoza remains in critical condition. Former Dallas City Councilman Al Lipscomb is staying out of jail for now. The longtime civil rights activist was convicted last month of conspiracy and bribery. Lipscomb may again face prison time when he is sentenced next month.
The time is 6:33. Many of you are about to get a rebate from AT&T. The phone company is giving back money to 100,000 of its customers in Texas because of billing errors late last year. AT&T has also stopped signing up people in Carrollton for a new telephone over cable service in Carrollton. That's because many subscribers temporarily lost phone service when they switched over. Boeing engineers and technical workers are expected to go on strike this morning. The action comes after federal mediators failed to reach a compromise between the aerospace company and its employees. The union is trying to get more guaranteed pay raises for its 22,000 workers, while the aerospace giant is offering selective pay hikes and reductions in life insurance. When the markets open, remember you can keep track of local stocks by logging on to our website at NBC5DFW.com.
Speaking of websites, the FBI is on the trail of computer hackers responsible for crashing popular websites like eBay and Amazon.com. For the third time in 3 days, millions of users were shut out of the online auction site eBay. The same thing happened to Yahoo on Monday. All of the websites are back to normal, but officials say they're not taking the attacks lightly. Some good news if you're looking for a spring break getaway. 2 airlines are discounting sales as spring approaches. This week, America West Airlines is offering discount fares to many of its destinations for travel between February 22nd and May 24th. Meanwhile, Continental is offering spring discounts of up to 40% off its excursion fares, including Alaska, Hawaii, and Canada. They're available for travel beginning February 20th through May 25th. No word if the larger airlines will follow suit and discount their airfare.
One Texas company definitely dialed the wrong number. According to Texas Attorney General John Cronin, American Blast Fax sent thousands of faxes to companies all over Texas, including one to his office. The problem? Mass blind faxes are illegal. If prosecuted, the company could face thousands of dollars in fines.
For now, the Texas Motor Speedway has decided not to sell alcohol at the track despite a vote to allow it. Speedway General Manager Eddie Gossage says he wants more input from fans before making a decision on how to sell alcohol at the facility. But they feel that race car fans prefer to bring their own coolers.
It is 6:35, time for Weather on the 5. Rebecca's telling us it's windy, it's warm, it's wild out there.
You got it. Back to you. No, just kidding. Yeah, it's going to be even windier this afternoon than it is this morning. It's just a little bit on the breezy side right now, but this afternoon we're looking at wind advisories in effect because the wind will be between 20 and 30 miles per hour. You're looking live at downtown Dallas there in Fort Worth. Skies are clear. The temperature 49 degrees. Relative humidity 61% with a south wind at 7 miles per hour. Pressure now falling 30.13 inches. And at Dallas Love Field, temperature is now dropped to 52 degrees. The humidity 58% with a southeast wind at 10 miles per hour. Pressure has also dropped 30.15 inches. Now, it's not terribly warm outside right now, but it's warmer than it ought to be for this time of the year. You'll need a jacket as you head on out the door this morning with readings in the 40s and 50s, but by afternoon you won't need that at all. 49 degrees here. Clouds are rolling in from the west, and we will see those clouds gradually increasing during the latter part of the afternoon today. The wind will also increase. Again, look for a south wind today, 20 to 30 miles per hour. By Thursday night and into Friday, a cold front approaches from the north. That will cool us off by the weekend. Today's high 79, 80 on Thursday, but then down to 66 Friday and in the 50s on Saturday and for most of Sunday as well. We'll have more details coming up for you at 6:45. Back to you guys.
So this morning, dress to shed. Okay. It is 6:36, time for the NBC5 Traffic Watch.
In Hurst, eastbound North Loop 820 at Grapevine Highway, your usual morning delays there, so it's slow going travel from North Richland Hills.
In case time's really important, it's now 6:37. You may not know it, but a display of America's rich history is in our own backyard.
A live look inside the African American Museum coming up.
But first, colon cancer devastated Today Show anchor Katie Couric's family, but you can escape this deadly killer. Find out how next.
You're watching NBC5 Today.